Hey, cool. I just wanted to get a quick video out to everyone in response to some of the chatter that I'm seeing in the community, which has been incredible to watch. Everybody getting settled in and starting to connect with one another. Kudos. It's awesome. And I love being a part of it. One of the things that I've been noticing some chatter on is in response to some of the guidance from the Start Here module regarding a note-taking system and adopting a note-taking system for Cool. And then, of course, we recommend note-taking to our students as well. So it's great if we know some tools because we can pass them along to our students. But then also organization is going to be so important to you, as it already is as a educator to begin with, but as an online instructor, having that strong filing system and note-taking system and ways of keeping things digitally organized is so important. So having some tools in your toolkit to be able to do these things, highly recommended. That said, some of the questions have been, well, what makes one tool better than another? Can you compare and contrast and that sort of thing? And I'll be perfectly transparent. The tool that I use, I'm pretty married to it. So I'm satisfied. So I don't go looking around for other tools at this point. But if I ever hit that point where I wanted something more, something different, I would go looking. So as it's been repeated by Karen in the community a few times now, the choice will be yours, essentially, at the end of the day. What tool makes the most sense for you for note-taking and organization? And I think it's really helpful if you can think about some of the features that you want and what some of your priorities are. So I'm going to show you my system. My way of thinking about these things is I love tech and I do love bells and whistles and I get very caught up in all of that. But when it comes to me as a tech user, I think that if I was a superhero or a magical being, I'd be like the practical wizard. I like everything to be really practical and not unnecessarily complicated. If there is a tool that's like fully loaded and has tons of features and I'm not going to use most of them, then why? So I'm more of in like camp, if it's not broken, I'm not going to try to fix it. So the tool that I have been using for the past 6 years or so is OneNote, which is a part of Microsoft Office. It's part of Office 365 and it is free. So that is something that's always appealing. But I can use it on my mobile devices. I can use it on my computer. It gives me the features that I want and I need. And I'm very happy with it. So I will show you my OneNote. Don't get nervous when you see it because systems are very personal. So everything I see, I'm going to be like, "Ooh, this is beautiful. This makes so much sense to me," but it might not work for you. So in my OneNote, I always have my to-do list. I have a to-do list every day. And I get rid of my to-do lists. I used to be really addicted to Post-its, and we are trying to cut back on our usage of these in my household. So I'm trying to, because I'd be the person who would, if I wanted your phone number, I'd hand you a Post-it and then stick the Post-it to my phone. So I'm trying to get better about being a little bit more mobile first and getting information directly into my device. So, and OneNote does allow me to do this. So I have my to-do list and I love clicking things and checking them off and then making them go away. It's a very satisfying feeling, just like crossing off and throwing away a Post-it note. Then I always have, for every course that I teach, a OneNote notebook where I keep my course organized. And then I always keep a keep, quit, start kind of chart for my course, which when I was like, I'm going to make this video, I was like, I need to update this for summer anyway. So I'm going to get working in here. And then I also have a folder for Cool that I'll show you. I make handwritten notes on my phone, and then they show up here on my notebook. So I'll actually make a note for you right now in my phone and show you how that works. So I'm going to go into Cool, into Notes, and it syncs right up. So you're looking at my computer screen, but I was writing on my mobile device. Actually, I want to get rid of that. I don't want that there. So I like that. And then there are other features in here that I like to take handwritten notes, and I don't mind reading them handwritten, but there are other features in here that I don't really use. So under Draw, there's a lasso where you can lasso your text that you've written and try to turn it into typed text. And you can see with, I mean, my handwriting's not great, so with varying levels of accuracy, you're going to see the typed text here. I'm going to get rid of that too because I don't want to I don't want to lose my notes. And then something else that I like is that I can put snapshots in here as well. So I can take images from my computer and put them here. Again, we're trying to cut back on paper use at my house. So if there's an article, I got into a really bad habit of if I saw an article on like Twitter where I do a lot of my professional networking, and I would retweet that article to save it later to read it. Other people can read that as an endorsement of that article, and that's not necessarily what I'm trying to communicate. So I stopped doing that, and I would send a printout of that article instead to my OneNote. So I did an example of that here to show you. You can just add a printout of the article, and you can kind of treat it like a printer. So here, let's just say I'll go to Educause. Let's say I want to print OneNote for Windows, and I can send it directly to my OneNote. Then I get to pick where it goes. I'll just say I'm going to put it in the Cool section because that's where I am. And there it is. It just shows up there and it can be read right in OneNote. So this video is getting pretty long. I'm going to cut it off here. But oh, there was one other thing that I wanted to show you. In the quick notes on my phone, I get little stickies, and I can take notes on the stickies on the app version of OneNote. So here I took a sticky and I made I took a picture, and I thought maybe you'd be interested in knowing about the stylus that I use to write on my phone because my finger is too wide for handwriting on my phone. So I have this in my purse. It's like a pen, but it's a stylus. And that is the brand. I got it on Amazon. We got 2 in a pack. So my husband has one and I have one, and I think it was like $12, and they're great. They come with little replacement tips. And it's really handy for being able to write on your phone or on your tablet or even on the screen of your computer. So I can ink here as well. Oh, I don't have my touch screen on. That's the problem. Just take my word for it. I can ink here on my screen as well because I have a touch screen monitor. That's it. So if you have any questions about my note-taking system, I'm happy to talk to you about it. Sorry that this video got up to 10 minutes, but I'm also going to post a video from one of my favorite student productivity tips YouTube, and I sometimes share these videos with my students. A lot of great videos about note taking on this YouTube channel, about different apps that students can use for their own organization, their own productivity. Those tools are good for us too. And he does a nice comparison of different note taking apps on that channel. So I'll share that in this post too. Hopefully you find this helpful to just get a glimpse of a note taking system, and enjoy playing with these different apps and experimenting, and take advantage of this time to do that, especially with everybody in the community who I'm seeing are knowledgeable in so many different things. Take advantage of the wealth of knowledge that is a part of this group.